Hello guys, how are you? I'm here in New Zealand as you know. My life here is super interesting and never predictable. I would say the past 3 months have brought more changes than any other time in my life. Truly putting the idea of no pain, no gain into practice. Let me tell you about my journey from Workaway to navigating daily challenges. I'm gonna say goodbye to my host. I won't miss this place. Bye. But I think these four components are the most important. Play a huge role. The quality of your working holiday, or it can be just you settling in a new country or something. So in the previous video, I talked about the motivation and the reasons why I embarked on this journey, why I decided to quit a stable job, pretty okay, decent job. Although I was in the field, I still want to go back. Like once I go back to Korea, I think I might continue teaching. I'm not sure if I will be working in academies or so. But anyway, well, I'm here to explore and contemplate on my life, mulling over lots of other possibilities in my life. So in today's video, I would like to talk about just general overall thought. So I am going to move to a new flat tomorrow, and it has been 2 months since I arrived in New Zealand. And on the first month, I stayed on the outskirts of Auckland. I did Workaway. If you haven't heard of Workaway, it's basically an amazing, wonderful, magical opportunity to live with locals for free. So you get free food and free accommodations in exchange for a few hours of work each day. It has a website. The host lists their needs, the task that would like to delegate or assign to workawayers. Tasks can vary from doing household chores or looking after their cat or helping in the garden or like many different things, or walking their dogs, for example. I wanted to do something totally different from the job I was doing. I chose this host, her expectations of the workawayers and pretty good reviews and her vision and stuff. It seemed very, ambitious and aligned with me. So I messaged her and it worked out. On the day I arrived in New Zealand, I arrived in the 19th of October, still vividly remember that, on Saturday. And I stayed in the Auckland City for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, and then in a hostel, YMCA, highly recommend that. And on Monday morning, I headed to Workaway. And there's this inner city bus. I will leave in the link in the description below. From the city, it goes to Kerikeri, which is pretty much the end of North Island. And it takes about 3 hours or so. But to Workaway is somewhere in the middle. Like here's the city, Workaway, and the Kerikeri. Anyway, I was staying there, and the main task was gardening, focused on permaculture. Permaculture is basically gardening and practicing agriculture, not for the sake of humans, but with the purpose of coexisting with nature. I was fascinated by that idea. Yeah, we take advantage of nature all the time, and we think it's very natural, which shouldn't go that way. So I got my hands dirty, and I was in soil at least 3 hours a day, and then I got free food. The host was pretty much into this healthy, wholesome diet. So I was eating salad every day. So she made salad and soup with ingredients like veggies and fruits cultivated from her own garden. So it was full of homegrown produce. And I found so fascinating. And in the property, I wasn't living in a house, but it was a big property. It consisted of several containers for workawayers like me, and I was staying in one container. It sounded pretty bad, but it was perfect with one bed and some drawers around. It was kind of tiny, but I found it cozy, and it was a huge window and with full of bush which I could never lived in Korea. I'm very, very thankful to the host. I will leave her Instagram and TikTok in the description below. She has such a beautiful soul. I would say she is the embodiment of a human being who lives their life to the fullest every day. She really practices that every single day. Although she has some, emotional fluctuations, she acknowledges that. And she's aware of that. And then she's just like, it's very cool. Like, oh, I had a bad day. Oh, so I'm grumpy today, this morning. She's just so honest about her feeling, but like in a non-hurtful way, which is genuine. So expressing your emotions in a healthy way, in a way that it doesn't hurt others, then it's fine. And she often says, like, life is beautiful. As long as you're grateful, like nothing really matters, and money doesn't really take the problems away. So this like kind of general idea that we have been indoctrinated. We have been told that money, I don't know, just society just this vague assumption that money will solve everything. Money equals happiness, which is not true. But I'm from Korea, South Korea, one of the most competitive countries. I often easily fall prey to that idea. Making more the better. But although I'm not intrinsically, I can live by that definition anyway. I don't think the definition of success is not necessarily correlated to the amount of money you have. Well, it does play a role though. But anyway, those like really important intrinsic life lessons, and that I feel like now, and then I stayed there for a month and I moved to the city, and in the city it has been a month. I've been facing a lot more problems, obstacles, but still the energy I got from her has carried over into my life, day-to-day life, and because of like what she had often said, life is amazing, practice gratitude, all these kind of beautiful messages have been stuck in my mind. Has had a great, beautiful influence on me. So I'm really, really thankful for that.
Choice in our life. We can either live the highest of ourselves or we can live the lowest of ourselves. And it's our choice. It's the highest of our character or the lowest of our character. We make that choice. Personal responsibility.
While editing, just to give you a bit clear explanation. So thanks to my first Workaway host, I was able to sort out 2 huge big chunk of tasks: finding the right flat and buying the right car. So a friend of my host who was living in her property, he helped me choose the right car. And even he gave me some driving tips because I was terrified at driving. I mean, still now, I'm still learning, but slowly getting there. He introduced me to his father-in-law who owns a house in the city in Auckland. So I was able to stay there for about a month. It's quite hard to find the right flat as well, because obviously hosts favor those with stable financial stability. But again, on a working holiday visa, it's quite hard to get a stable job. But now I kind of got it, but that's for the next video. Point shop in Auckland. So I've been staying there for about a month, but because of some other many different reasons, I'm leaving tomorrow. But it has been really, really beautiful. I learned how to drive from him. Very, very thankful. So a lot of things have magically unfolded, but at the same time, there are a lot of just, here and there, the things that didn't really work out, which is natural. But I'm still getting my head around here the currency, and I'll go into detail in the next video, that's the struggles I've been facing here in New Zealand. But I think these 4 components are the most important. The people you spend time with, a job, a flat, and a car. The 4 components play a huge role. The quality of your working holiday, or it can be just you settling in a new country or something. I'm going to go to my host daughter's for lunch. This is my first Christmas, summer Christmas! But I'm filming here in the beach. Like no one is around here. I feel so liberated. I don't know, and also I allowed myself to make mistakes. It's okay, Rory, it's okay to make mistakes. One thing I would love to remind you of, you're enough. And spend some time to connect with yourself, connect with your breath, feel your breath, close your eyes. We often take in too much information through our visions. Sometimes it's good to block it and just focus on our breath. One more time. If you want to continue, I highly recommend doing it at least a minute or just 10 times. Counting it, allow yourself to rest. But that, rest doesn't mean scrolling through Instagram or stuff. Like a genuine, wholesome rest. See you!